800 values for New Year human being. Life. 310. Life is a non-material structure with spiritualism. If the non-material structure of life does not change, the attributes of life will not change. 311. Lower level life serves higher level life, and all life serves the greatest creator. 312. The flesh is the carrier of the spiritual entity. The carrier can be constantly changed. In the same way, we change the transportation vehicle from a carriage to a boat, and in the same way, the carrier of a fox is changed into that of a man. 313. The death of flesh isn't the end of life. 314. Life and death are superficial phenomena. Life has no life and death. 315. Life is the root of death, and death is the root of life. 316. The quality of life lies in the structure of life. The better the structure, the higher the quality, and the better the space of life, and the greater the freedom will be. 317. The best end result of life is to live in the back garden of the greatest creator, Celestial Islands continent. 318. The evolution and transmigration of life is to maintain the dynamic balance of ethics of the universe and the life of the universe. 319. Transmigration and transformation occur instantly. There is no process in between, and there is no trial and judgment by hate, and the destination is reached directly. 320. In addition to consciousness structure, there is another thing that plays a decisive role in the transmigration of life, the universal gravitation of life. 321. The law of gravity for life is, between life that are brought together by karma, there is mutual gravity, whose magnitude is in direct ratio to the debt that each owes the other, but in inverse ratio to the amount of favor one has done for the other. 322. If one's wish has not been completed, he will be reincarnated into human world another time. 323. An outline of standard and revelation of the transmigration life. People with the greatest love will become super celestial being. People with utmost benevolence will become Buddha. People with the greatest happiness will become daily celestial being. People with the greatest health will become land celestial being. People with the greatest kindness will become human celestial being. People with the greatest faith will ascend to the nobility. People with the greatest filial piety will be reincarnated with the fate of dignity. People with an impartial mind will return to human world. People who build up their virtues will be reincarnated as the wealthy. People with a mild-headed mind will be transmigrated to the animal world. People with indifference will go to the plant world. People with wicked intentions will sink into ghost world. People who lord over and bully others will be sent to the frozen layers, and the cruel people will fall into infernos. 324. Hell is a general term for inflamed layer, frozen layer, and the inferno. The life in hell will generally not enter human world directly. Insects and many plants belong to another circulation system of life, and will generally not be reincarnated into humans. 325. The lower the level of life, the more difficult its secular life will be. The higher the level of life, the fewer conflicts it will have with its surroundings. The lower the level of life, the more conflicts it will have with its surroundings. 326. The core element of the consciousness of higher life is love. The higher the level of life, the greater the content of love in its consciousness, and the lower the level of life, the lower the content of love in its consciousness will be. 327. God and the celestial are life personally created by the greatest creator. Other life are designed by the greatest creator and created by celestials under the leadership of God. 328. Law of the jungle and the survival of the fittest is the theory of evolution that only portrays some animal worlds and does not apply to human society. 329. Life Chinese objects to organ transplant. Organ transplant is not a good thing. The disadvantage of organ transplant outweighs its advantage. Man's every word and action and movement, and every idea and thought is closely related to life, and will exert effect when his operation, let alone the transplant of organs. 330. Cloning is very dangerous and is very likely to cause all kinds of monsters and demons to appear. 331. As long as we treat every life kindly, we will be well treated by other life. Let's love life, revere life, and let's not maltreat and harm being. Instead, let's live harmoniously with all life forms. In this way, we will enjoy beautiful life and prospects. The universe is holographic. An idea may spread across the whole universe in an instant. No matter what kind of life we are faced with, they will surely understand us, can hear us, because Tao is convening our wishes. The soul of the greatest creator is guiding the actions of all life forms. We will not be at fault as long as we firmly believe in the greatest creator, kindness, and Tao at any moment, and blend ourselves in Tao. 332. Life does not require the addition of anything. The only requirement is the restoration of nature. The more purely the nature is restored, the greater the quality of Tao will be, and the longer life will exist. Man will then be transformed from an ordinary mortal into a sage, and then from a sage into a human celestial being, from a human celestial being into a land celestial being, from a land celestial being to a daily celestial being, and from a daily celestial being to an angel, super celestial being or Buddha. 333. Life is internal. The so-called death is only the change of the carrier for the life. After the death of the flesh, the spiritual entity will enter another carrier for life. After a dog dies, it can be reincarnated into a man. Then the flesh of the dog has died, but its spiritual entity is reborn in the carrier of a man. 334. The future of a life is constituted by every detail of the current life. Without today, there would be no future. We should make full use of all the conditions at present to do the things we are doing right now. We should look far into the future, and we should not worry about the future. We must live at the present moment instead of in the future. If we worry about the future all our lives, then our worries will never come to an end. And this is called, if man is troubled with worries for the future, then he surely is plagued with current troubles. The more misgiving and worries we have, the further away we are from the nature, Buddha, the greatest creator in heaven. The less we gloss over things, and the less ornament we use, the more we follow nature, the more close we are to the Buddhahood, the fairyland, and heaven. (335) 335. Life has 8 secrets. Whoever has mastered 8 secrets and self-improves and self-refines according to the 800 values of Life Changyuan can enter heaven freely. 336. The freedom and ease of life lie in the mystery of the secrets. Without the understanding of the secrets of life, the life will not be free and at ease. 337. Life is like this. The more knowledge one has, the greater the range of activity will be. Whatever is not in the consciousness does not exist in life. Therefore, we should seize time to expand the space of life. We should not linger too much in the transitory places and in the human world. Instead, we should know as much as possible about the place we yearn for and become an enlightened man. 338. As far as the form-based life is concerned, Life is 1 plus 1 equals 1. Life is composed of two parts. One is the formless spiritual entity and the other is the tangible object. The formless spiritual entity mainly refers to consciousness, thinking, spirit, inspiration, and idea, which are generally called soul. The tangible object mainly refers to the body that the soul attaches to, for example, the flesh of man.